Prepare Yourself Against the Coming Apocalypse is the book that the Lord wants to be written in this era. And the author of this book, Justice Anani, a young man whom the Lord shone His divine grace on to overcome many despondent odds, including suicide, took it to the task. Based on an individual deeds that prompt God to either bless or punish, this book primarily focuses on how that God's will is an application, which is all the more critical in this time frame when Armageddon is fast approaching. Prepare Yourself Against the Coming Apocalypse expounds clearly that God is all-round merciful, loving, and mostly forgiving. Even though acts that evoke God's wrath are done, that will strip the merit to enter heaven before God's eyes. However, if one comes up with the conscience and the will which is translated to action to change the wrong they made into something that gains approval from the Lord, then the all-merciful God will lead them and show them how to go about their way to please Him. Justice Anani wrote, "Prepare yourself against the coming apocalypse to reach out into the deepest corners of life in an encompassing way so that it leaves no stone unturned, taking God's words and putting them on a platter for the nourishing of the spiritual self." This book aims not only to heighten spirituality but also to illuminate the spirituality so that it becomes clearer for those believers who want to be in preparation to face God's original plan for humanity. Also, the explanation that curses of all kinds arise when disobedience to the law gets perpetrated is done so eloquently in Prepare Yourself Against the Coming Apocalypse. This book also serves as a guide on how to recognize and then refrain from any action that has the potential to attract those unwanted curses in the form of physical and spiritual that will put a dent on the journey of the God's endorsed spiritual path. Biblical characters from the Old and New Testaments are reflected on in this book. Comparison of the biblical characters' actions as opposed to the behavior of people currently is juxtaposed. Justice Anani also articulates the ramifications of their not in line with divinity action. In an encapsulation, Prepare Yourself Against the Coming Apocalypse book is an eye-opening in the matter of spiritual secrets, keeping people in various statuses and positions on their toes, and it is presented as a divine tool of warning to many in respect to relevant spiritual issues they have ignored as less important. This book also gets a tone that righteousness is the savior of this world laden by wicked temptations. Because of the urgency of the message herein in this book, all is required to obtain their copies and begin their journey of knowing and exposition to spiritual secrets in preparation, as many are already being impacted by it, as it is the will of God, now at www.finalgospelinDepthEra.com.